Hi, I'm David Radcliffe with the Radcliffe Group, Keller Williams Realty Southwest, and today I'm here with Jennifer Wolf, my escrow officer at Ticor Title, and we're going to discuss with you nightmares in escrow. These are things that you probably shouldn't do or it won't work out well. So Jennifer, why don't you tell us a few of those things that we should have our clients avoid?
Okay. Well, one of the first things that comes to my mind is FIRPTA. It's that scary subject that nobody wants to talk about. They don't want to know about it. They just wish it didn't exist. So whether you are representing a buyer or a seller, you definitely need to know if your client is subject to that FIRPTA tax. Because if your seller is subject to this FIRPTA tax, then the buyer is ultimately responsible for it. There is a box on page 10 or 11 of the contract that tells us whether or not the seller is subject to it, and there are exemptions, and it really, really behooves all agents to do all the research you can on FIRPTA, because we cannot at the last minute pull out all the stops and get all of the government information filled out and into the IRS and withhold the 10% if needed from the seller. So it's just something you want to take the responsibility off of you as the agent. We're a neutral third party, so recommend that they see their CPA or their tax person, lead them to the expert. And it's better if it's done in the very beginning, even before you start looking at homes or before the house is listed. The second thing that we every once in a while encounter that is a little bit scary are, sellers or buyers or spouses of sellers or buyers that are in jail.
That would be bad.
That would be definitely under the escrow nightmare. And the nightmare part comes in when we're told the day before the file is closing, because we have to have approved notaries, notarized signatures. It's a biggie because of fraud. So if you are aware of any unusual circumstances, jail, your client is in Zimbabwe and they're not coming back anytime soon, that would be great to know so that we can get them signed.
Incompetent? Maybe if they're incompetent?
Yes.
And more than the usual incompetent that we deal with? Okay,
because,
more than that.
Yeah,
legally incompetent on that.
Notaries have a guideline at which we have to follow. We can't notarize somebody if they are not of sound mind. So
Alzheimer's, things like that.
Dementia, etc. Another thing that happens a lot is I see a lot of sellers and buyers going out of town a week before closing. And we don't know about it.
Good to know.
As soon as you find out, it would be wonderful if you would let us know so that we can get them signed, because I like to get your deals closed early. I don't like to get them closed later, because then it makes the whole world go round a little bit faster.
You hear a continuing theme here from Jennifer, and she's extremely competent and detail-oriented. What I would say that if you have issues, you're going out of town, you have issues going on in your family with signers, we need to know about them early so we can address them properly. Doesn't mean we can't get the deal done, just means we can't get the deal done if we find out the day
exactly.
before.
The earlier the better. Another one last thing that I'll talk about, because it has happened frequently, and it's for both cash buyers and buyers that are obtaining a loan from a lending institution. A lot of times if you have money in a bank that is a smaller bank or credit union where you have to be present to wire the funds, you may be in San Diego and your bank might be in Oregon, and that's an issue because Nevada is a good funds state, and we require all closing funds to be in the form of a wire. So these are things you need to think ahead about so that we can get the money on time and therefore close on time. And that's all I've got.
Great. Thank you, Jennifer.
Anytime.
Lots of stuff going on with these escrows. Things are different. So let's get ahead of things. Make sure you don't have a nightmare in escrow. That you have a nice, smooth closing. Thank you so much for watching. Contact myself or Jennifer, or go to my website for more information.